So in this video, I'm going to be showing you a simple booming crash spike catching strategy that has helped me to catch multiple spikes whilst using it. Now, this is a beginner strategy, but it is very effective and can really grow your account whilst you are practicing spike catching. It also has a second part where you can actually trade ticks, and I'm going to show you all of that and also give you the settings for this strategy. So let's head straight to my phone and install the settings for this strategy, and then I'll show you guys the conditions that have to be met in order to successfully catch spikes using this strategy. Okay, so right now I've just opened my MT5, which is where we're going to be trading these indices. So I'm just going to pick a random index that we're going to start with, and we're going to look into how many of those indices can we actually trade with this strategy. So right now I'm opening Boom 1000. I'm in my 5-minute time frame, which is the time frame that we are going to be using in order for this strategy to work out. So I'm going to give you guys the settings and then we move to the conditions. So the first thing that we have to install on our charts is called a MACD. So I'm going to go right to my settings section, click on MACD, and this MACD is going to have the following properties that you see on the screen. We're going to have a fast EMA of 13, a slow EMA of 21, a MACD SMA of 9. Then we're going to say apply to close, and we're not going to have any levels on this indicator. And on visualization, we're going to be on all time frames so that we can switch around time frames, although we're just sticking to the 5-minute time frame that we mentioned earlier. Okay, so on our style, you have to have this green color as your main, and on your signal, let's have that red color as well. Then once you're done, you simply click done, and as you can see down below, we now have an indicator window that has got some indicators installed right there. Okay, so moving on to the next indicator that we need, we are going to need another indicator for this spike catching to be easy, and it is going to go under our indicator window 1. So I'm going to click on indicator window 1, and this time around we're going to click on Bollinger Bands, which is under trends, and these Bollinger Bands will have the following properties. We're going to have a period of 200, a shift of 0, deviations of 1.500, and apply to first indicators data. Please make sure you follow all the settings as they are so that you don't get confused later. There are no levels on this indicator, and again, on time frames, we are on all time frames. And then the style, which is the color for this indicator, we've chosen that black color. Please try and follow the same colors that I'm using. You can later on customize once you are comfortable with the strategy. Okay, so we're going to click on done, and as you can see down below, we've added our Bollinger Bands, which are in black right there. So now we're just left with one more indicator to install, and then we are done. We'll be able to use this indicator strategy to get spikes. Okay, so going back to my indicator section, I'm going to click on indicator window 1, and this time around we're going to choose a moving average, and this moving average will have the following properties that are on the screen. We're going to have a period of 2, a shift of 0, the method will be exponential, apply to close, and there are no levels on this indicator as well. And on time frames, as usual, it is on all time frames. What really has to be changed is the color. We're going to have that blue color, as you can see under our style. Then I'm going to click done, and now as you can see, we now have that blue line running as well on our charts. So we've finally installed all the indicators that we're going to need for this strategy to work, and let's head straight into how to buy and how to sell using this indicator. Now, I mentioned that this is a spike catching strategy, so I'm going to start off by showing you a nice example of a spike catching scenario that you could have managed to do or catch while it's using this strategy. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with Boom 600. Okay, because this strategy works on all boom and crash indices that we have, so you can literally apply it on all of them and you have some good results. Okay, so this is how you're going to enter into a buy trade when you want to catch spikes on boom. Okay, right now we're on boom 600. Remember, 5-minute time frame. The zoom level doesn't matter and doesn't really affect the strategy, but what you have to take note of is the conditions that I'm about to mention right now. If you guys like this type of videos, please make sure you click the like button so that I know and I keep on giving you out these videos. Okay, so right now the first condition that has to be met when you want to enter into a buy trade using this strategy is you want to have those green bars that you have from the MACD touching your lower Bollinger Band. The moment you see those green bars getting in contact with that black lower Bollinger Band, that's your first sign that we're about to change momentum and get into a uptrend. Okay, but you can't just enter into a buy trade right away. Because of that, you need the second condition, which I'm about to tell you. Okay, so right here you can see we have got this red and blue line right there, and you need to have that red line cross with that blue line, which means that your MACD red line is crossing with your moving average, which is in blue right there. And once you see them crossing each other like that, you know that we are ready to catch some spikes. And as you can see already, this market has pushed up. I believe it's gonna keep on even going further up. Okay, so it's that simple for you to enter into a buy trade. All you have to do is to wait for the green bars to touch your lower Bollinger Band and wait for the blue and red lines to actually cross each other. And once you see that, you know that you're ready for a buy trade. You get in and you're going to wait up until I show you the tips on where to close off first or where to take your profits. So let's take a look at another scenario of where this could have actually worked. Okay, so as you can see right here, we had our green bars touching our lower Bollinger Bands, and we also had the red and blue line crossing each other. And can you see what happened right away? The market pushed all the way up, and you could have managed to catch all those spikes on boom 600. Okay, we can go on and on and on. As you can see, you eventually catch some spikes. Okay, this was a nice entry that we were given right here, and you had to be very patient because with our green bars touching our lower Bollinger Band right there at the bottom, but the crossing now came way later. So like I said, when you see the lower band touching with the green bars from the MACD, it just means that we're about to get into a bullish momentum, but you don't enter right away. Your last confirmation is the blue and red line crossing each other, and that's what happened there. And as you can see, the market did shoot all the way up right there. Okay, now let's take a look at what to do if you want to catch spikes on crash. Okay, it's really literally the same thing. All you have to do is to use the strategy in reverse. That means this time around, the first condition would be you want to see the green MACD bars right there touching the upper Bollinger Band that is in black right there. That is the first condition. But you don't enter right away because this is just a sign for you to know that we're about to enter into a downtrend. Your real entry will then come when the blue uh, moving average crosses with the red MACD line right there, and you can see the spikes that came from crash 1000 that we're looking at right now. We're still in our 5-minute time frame and we're just following these simple things. So we can also look for another scenario where this worked. Okay, this was a really tight one because we had these green bars just touching there slightly on our upper Bollinger Band, and then later on we saw the blue and the red line crossing each other and price dropped right away, and all those spikes you would have managed to catch them if you were using this strategy. So as you can see, this strategy is very powerful. You just have to be patient and wait for the right conditions. Okay, now like I said, you can also use this strategy to catch some ticks. You just follow the same principle, and you'll be able to get into the normal trades where you can actually go against the spikes. And for example, in this case, we're on crash. You can see the green bars touched our lower band, and we had a crossover right here, which means that from here it would have managed to just get all these ticks clean and free from the spikes. Okay, so you can actually avoid some spikes by just following the strategy in reverse. The same thing happens even on boom. You can see you could have managed to take a sell trade right here all the way to the bottom simply by following this strategy in reverse, whereby we said if you want to sell, the first thing that you have to do is to wait for the green MACD bars to touch the upper Bollinger Bands, and then you're going to wait for the crossover of the blue and the red line. And once that happens, you enter right away into your sell. And as you can see, you would have sold heavily there with very minimum spikes, which means you could have managed to actually avoid these spikes. Now, remember, you can actually join our free Telegram channel where you can learn more about trading, and you can actually see my trading results from these strategies. The link will be available in the description box below. Just click the link and it will take you straight to our free Telegram channel where you can join. We're actually over 10,000 traders in there, and I'm sure it's a good trading community for you because I post my trading results, I post my students trading results, and I post anything to do with trading that may actually help you. So tell me, guys, what you think about this strategy. Try it out first on your demo accounts before moving on to your real account. And once you're comfortable with the strategy, you can then try it out on your real account once you understand, and you can actually customize the strategy to your own. Tell me, guys, in the comment section what you think. I'm actually giving away a free spot in my VIP group to the first person to comment something great about this strategy. So until next time.